And now December 24th. I think this is the last one. I bet you can all tell me what the story is going to be. It's a little bit longer than the others. Let's see. Oh, nope, there's a December 25th. Shockingly, I thought it was only going to go through the 24th. This one is called Kneel at the Manger. And it comes from Luke 2. And a lot of people memorize the whole chapter of Luke. In fact, some of you have an ornament where Linus tells Charlie Brown from Luke 2. He reads a lot of it, or says a lot of it, recites a lot of it. And then he says, and that's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown. So if you ever get to see the Charlie Brown Christmas story, it's in there. Luke 2, 1 through 7. At that time, the Roman Emperor Augustus decreed that a census should be taken throughout the Roman Empire. This was the first census taken when Quirinius was governor of Syria. All returned to their own ancestral towns to register for this census. And because Joseph was a descendant of King David, he had to go to Bethlehem in Judea, David's ancient home. So he had to leave his town and go back to where his great-great-great-great-grandfather was from. He traveled there from the village of Nazareth in Galilee. He took with him Mary, his fiancée, who was now obviously pregnant. And while they were there, the time came for her baby to be born. And she gave birth to her first child, a son. She wrapped him snugly in strips of cloth and laid him in a manger because there was no lodging available for them. The time is here. It's here. All of heaven, all the angels, all the span of history has been waiting just for this. God turned one last time as a baby inside of Mary, and then the skin of very God slipped naked and small into hands that he himself had made. This is the birth of God. Who can find words? Mary and Joseph hunched in a stable, awestruck that they were holding in their trembling hands the Sun King, who is the Father King's rescue plan to free his children from badness and darkness. Mary and Joseph could hardly breathe in this scent of God with skin. The Lord saves. God with us. Jesus. But remember how there is always more happening than we can see? And on the night Jesus was born, there was more happening than we could see. God's letter to us, the Bible, tells us that high, high up in the heavens above the manger, behind that velvet curtain of silent stars, an all-out war flashed angry. Armies of evil exploded in a raging battle against God, the Father King of the universe. In heaven, when Jesus was born, it wasn't a silent night. It was a cosmic war spinning across the space. All of earth held its desperate, wild breath. Jesus came for you, warring against the darkness to win you back to him. The evil enemy of God, Satan, who tried to hold us all captive after our sinful fall in the Garden of Eden, fell like lightning from heaven, fell out of the sky in a heap. And then at last, all was calm. All was bright. Over Bethlehem, the star hung high and victorious on that silent night, that holy night. His love had to rescue you and release you to love. All the other love stories don't compare to this one because this is the truest, realest story that ever was. This night, our rescue has come. God has visited our planet and we can breathe free. Jesus didn't enter the world in a palace or in a king's court. Instead, he chose to enter our world right in a pile of mucky, messy, stinky, dirty straw. Jesus comes and meets you in the stinky mess of your sin. Jesus comes to you small when you feel invisible and rejected. Jesus is with you now. Wherever you are, no matter what is happening, Jesus always wants to be with you. The Lord saves. Jesus is with us. A love, this unbeatable, unstoppable, unwrappable love that the mind can't fully understand. It can only be felt. Can you find the places inside you where you feel unwanted and unloved? You can be touched right there by Jesus. Do you know the places inside you where you feel small? Right there, you can reach out to Jesus. Come and kneel close. Let the warm breath of heaven fall on you. Jesus waits to be held. Jesus waits for you to draw close. Tonight, at the foot of the cradle of Christ, like at the foot of the cross of Christ, there are no big people, no powerful people, no proud people. Tonight, we are all children who straggle to the manger with nothing. Tonight we are all just raggedy manger stragglers, fathers who lay down all their work, mamas who lay down all their weariness, children who lay down all their wants. Tonight we kneel down before Jesus and reach out our hands that need little because we want more of God. Tonight we're just raggedy manger stragglers who feel the heaviness of our old raggedy clothes from fighting the long battle with evil and badness. With our raggedy rags, we've tried to polish this dark world into something good enough to win our way to freedom. With our raggedy rags, we've tried to patch together our own ropes to somehow climb to freedom. With our raggedy rags, we've tried to disguise ourselves as someone else, as someone better, as someone bigger, thinking we could sneak our way to freedom and back to God. Jesus whispers, the freedom you could never earn with your raggedy rags, that's what I came to give you. I came to win you back to me, to give you myself, to make you free. I did it for love, because I could never, no matter what, ever stop loving you. And all of happy heaven and thankful earth echo tonight with Jesus, the God-child who came for us. He did it for love. What can all of us manger stragglers do but wrap Jesus close to our raggedy hearts so he can rest in our love? The greatest gift has been laid into our waiting hands, our waiting hearts. Can you almost hear it? The sound of stars singing this perfect freeing love over all of us manger stragglers tonight. How do you feel Jesus' love, his presence with you everywhere you go? And how can you keep unwrapping the gift of his presence, the gift of God with you? Here's a beautiful picture of the manger scene. Isn't that sweet? That's December 24th, Christmas Eve. And all of you have your own special Christmas Eve traditions. And I love you much, and I wish I was in each one of your homes spending time with you. Have a beautiful Christmas Eve and an even better tomorrow. I will read you the December 25th devotional tomorrow. Merry Christmas.